so you're about to start doing your paint protection film installation, and inside your paint protection film package that you will have gotten from us, there's going to be 2 pieces of sample film. They're going to be labeled practice film. What these pieces are for you to build some confidence before you start your paint protection film installation. So in this video, I'm going to go over 3 places to use the paint protection film, starting with the easiest place, which is the hood. Then we're going to move over to the fenders, which is going to be more difficult than the hood. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to teach you how to stretch the film across the front bumper and how to deal with fingers and all that type of stuff. So that is the whole purpose behind the practice film. Follow these 3 steps and you will have a great installation. So let's get into it. All right, so we're going to start off with installing the practice film in the middle of the hood. So I'm going to spray the middle down with my slip solution. You don't have to spray the whole hood down, but you can spray a large section down. And you're going to take the paint protection film. In this video, we're going to be using matte paint protection film, so you guys can kind of see the difference between the matte and the clear. If you order clear wrap from us, you'll be getting clear paint protection film samples. If you order matte from us, you'll be getting matte. But just for the sake of this video, we wanted to use a bit of a different color. So, just going to peel the film away from the liner. Going to lay it down on the hood of the Tesla. I'm going to spray a bunch of slip solution on the top of the film. Now, what you want is exactly what you see right now with this film slowly starting to slide down the hood. That's when you know you have the right slip solution ratio, or the soap to water ratio. So the slip solution on top of the film, that's going to help the squeegee glide properly. So when you start with the practice film, this right here is to help you build confidence in your squeegee technique. So you could literally practice however you want, but I'm just going to kind of show you how I would do it. Start over here at the back, squeegee it out the back, and then squeegee a line down the middle. From there, what you can do, just squeegee side to side. You always want to make sure that you're overlapping your squeegee strokes. That's going to help prevent any moisture from staying behind underneath the film. That's good. Same thing over here. There we go. That's good. Now, what I suggest doing, do this a couple times before moving on. Just simply pick the film back up, spray the adhesive down, and spray the hood down. You can practice different squeegee techniques. You can start from one side, and you can work your way over. Just always make sure that your squeegeeing or your squeegee strokes always overlap each other. The whole purpose for this is literally just to practice your squeegee technique and just to help build confidence in that. Now that we have the hood done, we're going to move on to the fender. All right, so now we're going to start doing the practice film on the fender. So I'm going to practice on this section right over here. I'm going to take my practice film and peel it away from the liner. I'm just going to lay it down right over these 2 body lines. So what this is going to do, this is going to teach you guys, 1, how to use your tack solution, and 2, how to squeegee when it comes to body lines. So with this one right here, you technically could break this into 3 sections. First section, middle section, top section. So when it comes to sections like this that have these hard body lines, you always want to remember squeegee with the body line, just like so. Always make sure when you're holding your squeegee, you're holding it firmly. Squeegee down with the body line, go back and forth. Same thing I did with the hood. You always want to make sure you're overlapping your squeegee strokes. This is going to teach you how to squeegee on more contoured panels as well too. Middle section. You can see we have a bit of a finger building up here. When you have a finger like this, all you do is just spray just a little bit of tack solution behind it, and then Here's where you can learn how to take your squeegee, lay it nice and flat and angled, and then just nice and slow go back and forth over the body line. And that's going to help that finger stay down. The big thing that I always recommend when you're doing these areas where it's very curved, always don't ever go at it just like this with the squeegee. You always want to take and angle it so the squeegee is always, the whole entire squeegee is laying down flat on the panel. Here you can also test out just how flexible these squeegees are, because once you're done and you've squeegeed everything down, then you can take your squeegee and really press on it and push down and make that squeegee take the shape of the panel. And that's going to help you to squeegee down everything properly. This area right over here, we can mimic wrapping the paint protection film inside the hood, which you can do then. Peel the film back. And you want to take your tack solution and you want to flush out the slip solution that's underneath the film. Same thing I did over here with this body line. You want to angle your squeegee nice and flat on that body line. Just go back and forth, pushing that solution down. And there you go. Now, the next panel we're going to do is the front bumper, and that's where we're going to learn how to stretch the film as well. All right, so now we're going to do the front bumper piece that I mentioned in the introduction. So this will be the hardest piece to work with. As you can see, I took the paint protection film and I laid it down right across the front of the bumper, and as you can see, you've got fingers on the top, the bottom, and on both sides. What we're going to do here is I'm going to teach you guys how to anchor the film with your tack solution and how to lock it in place. And I'm going to also teach you how to stretch to get rid of these fingers. And then once we're done that, I'm going to teach you how to actually properly get rid of fingers. Oftentimes when you're installing the front bumper, sometimes you can end up with fingers across the top, and I'm going to show you guys what you can do to get rid of those fingers. So let's get started. We'll take the tack solution. I'm going to anchor the film down over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the film, I'm just going to stretch it out like this so it's laying flat. And as you can see, I created more fingers. Got to take that material that was lifting up and I push it down, and it just creates fingers elsewhere. So ultimately, there's nothing wrong with the film or the vehicle. That's just what happens when you take a one-dimensional product like paint protection film and you put it on a three-dimensional vehicle panel. So I sprayed my tack solution down there and over here. Now I know that it is properly anchored. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray the top of the film down so my squeegee glides properly. Now, as I have my hand here, watch what happens as I stretch. All those fingers lay down flat. And that is going to be necessary. Stretching is going to be necessary on every panel, minus the hood. Very little stretch necessary. That's the only way that this film is going to take the shape of the vehicle. So, to properly do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some tack solution behind the film right there. Not a lot. I'm just going to stretch it, hold it there for a bit, and then I'm going to come back with my squeegee. I'm going to squeegee that down. And there we go. Now the film is laying flat. Now you can properly learn how to squeegee these vertical panels. We actually do have a bit of a minor finger over here, but I'll show you how to deal with that too. So when you're doing the bumper or you're doing these panels where you do have these body lines in them, you want to make sure that you're not pulling solution down over top of them, because that's when you end up with getting moisture stuck behind. So have your squeegee angled nice and flat. Also have it angled so the solution is going to go up. You can squeegee right along that body line. You can flip it over, and you can see I'm pushing all that solution back up and into the front. That's exactly what you want. Now, when you come down over here, you do the same thing. Angle your squeegee nice and flat to that body line, have it angled downwards, and then you can just go side to side Now with these minor fingers over here, all you gotta do there is just spray some tack solution underneath the film. And you can just squeegee those down side to side in a sawing motion, just like you'd be cutting a piece of wood side to side with a saw. And that's gonna help those fingers stay down. If they don't stay down, just repeat the process until they do stay down. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the film up and I'm gonna show you guys how to deal with fingers right along the top of the bumper. Just like I said earlier in this clip, we're actually gonna pull the film right off the vehicle. And we're gonna lay it down right where it was. Now, we're gonna re-anchor it again with our tack solution. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stretch the film out just enough that it lays flat along the body line, but that we still have that finger up top there. So I'm just gonna tack the film down right there. Make sure I create that finger. And there we go. We're not gonna worry about anything on the bottom over here. All right, so when you have fingers like this, all you do is you just pull the film back, spray a good healthy dose of tack solution behind the film. Then, same thing, we're gonna go side to side along that body line. And the only way these fingers stay down is, like I mentioned earlier in the clip, is going side to side in a sawing motion with your squeegee. You can see that I got all this material right over here. If I squeegee this down flat, look what happens. It creates fingers over here. So I'll lift that back up. All you do, just short squeegee strokes, and you just feather it down, just like so. And that's how you get rid of those fingers. And you get the film to lay down flat. And like I said, if it just pops up, you just put more tack solution behind the film and you'll be good to go. And there you go. That's how you use your practice film. You can take these pieces, you can take one piece and you can reuse it multiple times. This film is scrap film that we would throw out, but instead of us throwing it out, we figured we'd give it to you guys, the customers, so you can use it to practice with on your vehicle, so you guys can build some confidence in your paint protection film abilities before actually jumping into your actual kit. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and we'll help you out.